Hi guys, so today I'm going to be doing a video on the strongest, most intoxicating fragrances in my collection. Now I love to update this video like every year or so, give or take, and I have a lot of new fragrances in this list, a lot of personal favorites of mine that I haven't really mentioned much on my channel, and I'm just really looking forward to doing it. So I just want to be clear with these fragrances, at least on my skin or Pierre's skin, they last all day long and they leave a really beautiful sillage. So that was the two really important factors of this video, is that all of these fragrances last give or take like 10 hours on the skin. I'm really looking forward to this video because I really tried to pick some different fragrances than I usually talk about, because let's be honest, we all know that Baccarat Rouge, that Oud for Greatness, those are beast mode fragrances that last a long time, that get a lot of compliments, they project, etc. But I didn't want to put them in this list today because I always speak about them, so we're going to move on to some newer fragrances. So let's get into it. I am really looking forward to this list. I'm going to start out with the fragrance that I actually just got from Australia. It was in my collection in Australia and I missed it so much. It is Tobacco Vanille from Tom Ford. Such a classic, such an iconic fragrance from the brand, and personally one of my favorites. Yeah, Tobacco Vanille. I miss this fragrance so much in my collection. It is hands down one of my favorite vanilla tobacco scents. It's so warm, it's so comforting, it's so cozy. It has this beautiful spicy feeling to it from like some cloves, a little bit of cinnamon, a lot of vanilla, like a lot of vanilla. Tobacco, but in a way where it doesn't smell too ashy or cigarette smoky. It really smells delicious in the fragrance. And it's a little bit creamy and milky in a way. It is just absolutely a 10 out of 10 fragrance, and because it's in this list, obviously it lasts all day on your skin. Everybody knows Tobacco Vanille as lasting a long time. It lasts and it projects, and it is a beast mode fragrance. So Tobacco Vanille from Tom Ford is my first recommendation. I'm really excited to start wearing this one again. I really missed it so much, and for me this one is definitely suitable for men and women. I would probably say more so men, but myself, I love to wear it. You will see in this list today a lot of the fragrances are unisex. I'll specifically cover which ones I think are more masculine, more feminine, etc. Tobacco Vanille, 10 out of 10. Projection, longevity, scent, it's just incredible. So this next one is tough. Yes, I did include a Xerjoff. I know I talk about the brand all the time, but when I was going through thinking which fragrance is like the most long lasting from the brand, there is so many. There is Lyra, there is Italica, there is Tony Omi, Golden Dollar, Ivory Root, Naxos. There was so many, and I just wanted to put in one. And because I think that this fragrance is more unique to this list, because it is a white floral, I wanted to include it. A lot of the fragrance I'm going to be speaking about, they all contain kind of similar notes like vanilla or oud or tobacco or amber. So I wanted to include something that is different, but yet it still is a beast mode fragrance, and for me that is Accento Overdose from Xerjoff. This is a beast mode white floral scent. For me it's like wedding day potential. This fragrance is just beautiful. There is a lot of jasmine in here, so you do have to be quite familiar and well acquainted with the scent of jasmine. It does have a kind of like greenish tone to the fragrance as well, along with a bit of like a soapy cleanness, and underneath you definitely feel a slight sweetness from the scent. Again, longevity on this one, guys, is absolutely insane, and that's what I love about it. Sometimes white florals don't last, sometimes they do, but sometimes they have a hard time on lasting on the skin. For me, Accento Overdose is by far my most beast mode floral fragrance that I own, and it is just stunning. Longevity, projection, compliments, everything is just amazing with this one. Like I said, I do think it's more feminine, but I'll leave that up to you. Accento Overdose. Next up, we have one from Guerlain, and it is Santal Royal. It's a very dry, woody, slightly animalic rose and oud fragrance. I'm gonna use the key word as dry. It doesn't really have much sweetness into it. It has a little bit of like a spice. You have the rose, you have the oud, and it's very woody overall. It definitely has an animalic tone to it also, so you do kind of have to be okay with the oud smelling a little bit animalic, but it is a 10 out of 10, a masterpiece from Guerlain. And again, the longevity and projection is just fantastic on this one. I personally prefer this fragrance on a man rather than wearing it myself. Even though I do from time to time wear it, I do really love this fragrance on a man. For me, it kind of is the epitome of like class and luxury and money. I do have to say that because it does really smell high quality, and the person that I see wearing this one is somebody very, very classy. So Santal Royale, fantastic scent. With great longevity and projection. One of my favorites from the list, we have Eau de Desert from Andy Tower. Now this fragrance, guys, there is something that it just makes my heart flutter when I smell this scent. I don't know why, it's just magnificent. A stunning oriental fragrance. It's very dark, it's ambery, it's very dry and woody and spicy. Those are literally the key words that I would use. It's dry, it's woody, it's spicy, and it's ambery. It doesn't feel heavy or thick, or I don't even know how to explain it, to be honest. When you wear this scent, it's just intoxicating. If you have never tried a Eau de Desert and you're into fragrances that are a little more oriental, a bit more spicy, a bit more ambery, a bit more, I don't want to say Middle Eastern feeling, but kind of, you have to try this fragrance. It does as well feel like there is a bit of incense in there to give like this slightly smoky, resinous quality. And it just is a 12 out of 10. I can't say it enough. This is one of my favorites, and also the longevity and projection is one of the best in this list. It's crazy. The projection, longevity, and everything about it is just perfect. A Eau de Desert from Andy Tower. Okay, so next up we have my fragrance right here. It is Minuit Demi. By myself and Fragrance du Bois. Now, contrary to what you would believe or what you have read online or what you have seen or heard, Minuit Demi lasts a long time on the skin and on the clothes. It is honestly a stunning gourmand fragrance that what I wanted was literally what I created in this bottle. Obviously, I'm not trying to brag or be cocky. It's not about that at all. I'm just telling you guys, if you have not tried it, you must. If you're a gourmand lover, but not too much. It still has the perfect balance between spice and woodiness and creaminess and sweetness, and it still has the mystery of being quite unique, but it is just, yeah, a really fantastic gourmand that I am so proud of, and it lasts a long time on the skin. Pierre's mother, she wears Minuit Demi every single day. Her bottle is actually down to here, so I'm gonna have to ask to get her another one because it's down to the bottom. I have smelled it on her hundreds of times and it projects like crazy. It lasts like crazy. It's a really long-lasting fragrance. I do think some people can become a bit anosmic to it, where you maybe can't really smell yourself, but trust me, if you wear it and you're around other people, they are going to smell it. It is definitely one of my biggest compliment getters in my collection as well. And I do have to say, I feel like now that the hype of the launch and all of that has died off, and it's more people discovering it from either a boutique or by samples, people love Minuit Demi. And I think, like I said, just because of the hype around it at the beginning, people wanted to have something to hate on, and that's unfortunate, but that's how it is online, and I was always prepared for that, so it's fine. But now that people are actually discovering it by themselves, people absolutely love it, and I have had hundreds of messages about Minuit Demi actually in the past few months. So my fragrance, it's tobacco, it's vanilla, it's coffee, it's caramel, it's a little bit spiced, it smells like a milky chai latte, and it is just incredible. Definitely unisex for men and women. And like I said, the longevity projection is fantastic. So definitely pick up a bottle if you were considering it. It is my little baby, and I am going to try and organize some sort of discount code for Minuit Demi. I'm talking with Fragrance du Bois at the moment because we've never done a discount on my fragrance, and I would love to offer you guys something. So let me know what you guys would like, and I will try to organize it with the brand if any of you wanted to pick up a bottle. So next up we have Gritti Duchessa, which I just made a video on Gritti fragrances, so you should go and watch that one. Duchessa is a really stunning gourmand, not too much and not too overwhelming, or for me it's just perfect. It is everything that I personally wanted Lost Cherry from Tom Ford to be. Duchessa did it better, I have to say. And Oh my goodness, it's so intoxicating. It's so strong. You feel the cherry and you feel the almond. They're perfectly balanced between each other. It's sweet, but there is something kind of dark and mysterious about it. There is a bit of spice in here as well. It smells like a dark chocolate with some cherry liqueur inside. Like imagine a dark chocolate and it's got the cherry, like a dark cherry inside of it. That's what it reminds me of. Like it just smells so delicious, but not in a way where it smells like food, because I'm becoming less attracted to fragrances that smell like food. I want something slightly gourmand, but that still has a lot of other elements to the scent, and Duchessa does it right. You have no idea how much I love Duchessa. It's just very sexy, very, very, very long lasting. Projection and longevity is a 12 out of 10, and I get so many compliments with it, and I love that because maybe it's a little bit narcissistic, but I love to be complimented on my fragrance. If you compliment me on 2 things, I will be happy: my fragrance and my personality. And then I'm happy. Next up we have Oud Tobacco from Montale. In general, I would say Montale and Mancera definitely deliver when it comes to long-lasting fragrances. Maybe they don't smell the most refined or the most classy or the most creative. Actually, they are quite creative, I would say. But in terms of longevity, Montale and Mancera, they do it right. This is probably one of my strongest fragrances in my whole entire collection. It's Oud Tobacco. Now, this is a beautiful, I didn't wear it for a long time. Yeah, it's really, really, really good. I feel like a name like Oud Tobacco in a red bottle like this, you're expecting something boisterous, like maybe something that stinks or maybe something that is just too much. But I will tell you right now, it's definitely an approachable fragrance. It's very strong, but yet I really love the way that they made this fragrance. It's just beautiful. A lot of tonka bean, a little bit of tobacco. It definitely has a little bit of a spicy quality to it. And it's very creamy overall and very smooth, and the woodiness is just kind of in the background. So beautiful fragrance from Montale. I love this one, Oud Tobacco. Next up we have Ambre Sultan from Serge Lutens. Now I have to say I do not wear this fragrance myself. You can see somebody is wearing it, and that person is Pierre. This is one of his all-time favorite fragrances ever, period, hands down. He loves Ambre Sultan, and I love when he wears it because for me it smells really like a masterpiece in perfumery. I have to say this fragrance is truly a masterpiece. It's timeless, it's classic, it's very oriental, and I just love so many things about it. It's a very warm, slightly powdery, balsamic, ambery scent. There is a slight kind of touch of something aromatic or green in there, but overall you just get this super warm, balsamic, slightly spicy, powdery amber scent, and it is just wow, a 10 out of 10. Whenever Pierre wears this, my head it just like rolls to look at him because it smells fantastic. Again, like I said, for me this one is a masterpiece. Serge Lutens is an incredible niche perfume house that I feel like is a little more underrated and less talked about these days, but to be fair, they don't really do much with marketing. But this fragrance for me, guys, it's just wow. Ambre Sultan from Serge Lutens lasts about 12 hours on the skin with enormous projection and longevity. I will say I think it's unisex, but I do like to smell this type of fragrance on a man. Next up, I'm going to talk about probably my favorite fragrance at the moment, at least one of them, but I cannot stop. Every time I'm going out at night or I'm going to the mall or I'm going to meet someone, I am wearing this fragrance from Nishane. It is Nefs. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm not surprised actually because the perfume is made by Chris Maurice, who makes a lot for Xerjoff. I've actually met him once at Dubai Mall. We had a meeting together, and he's a really, really, really nice guy, very funny, and he's obviously a very talented perfumer, and I feel like I love everything that he touches. I absolutely love. So I'm not surprised that I loved Nefs so much, but you guys, if you have not tried this one, you're not ready for this. You are not ready for this fragrance. I'm speechless. I'm really, honestly guys, I am speechless. It's rose, it's oud, it's honey. There is some saffron, there is leather, there is a boozy note in here, there is osmanthus, there is florals, there is... I'm absolutely speechless. You feel like the fragrance is so well blended. I cannot even understand. If you look at the note breakdown and what's inside of the fragrance, good luck trying to smell all of those notes individually, because for me, it just smells like this beautiful, sweet, slightly warm, spicy rose oud, but not too much rose or not too much oud. There is a sweetness, there is some other undistinguished florals in there, but oh my lord, you guys, there is a very slight leathery touch. Chris Maurice, he killed it with this one. Nefs from Nishane, it's hands down one of my all-time favorite fragrances right now, of like literally guys of all time. And actually at the moment I'm mixing a lot Nefs with La Capitale from Xerjoff, which were both made by Chris Maurice, but I'm loving to mix them, layer them, wear this all the time. I'm obsessed. I cannot even explain it to you guys how much I love this scent, and if you like the same scent as me, you gotta try this one. It is just chef's kiss. Speechless, that's it. I would say that this one is unisex. I don't think it's very feminine nor very masculine. I think it's pretty unisex. So guys and girls, go and try this one. It is a killer fragrance and my favorite fragrance from Nishane, which is difficult because I also really love 100 Silent Ways. But I think that Nefs is just, it's above. It's just wow. Next up, we're going to talk about Jeroboam Ambra. You're going to see, like, I guess you can kind of put things together. A lot of the fragrances in this list, they either have rose, oud, amber, or vanilla, or tobacco. So it's kind of a reoccurring thing with very, very long-lasting fragrances. But Jeroboam Ambra, it's probably one of my top tier favorite ambery scents. It is just beautiful. I remember smelling it for the first time in Paris last year, and I just immediately was intoxicated by the scent. I sprayed it on the back of my hand, and I just couldn't forget about this fragrance, and I needed a bottle. Ambra is a super sweet, balsamic, very balsamic scent. A lot of vanilla. I think there's some tonka bean in here, but overall it just feels very balsamic, a little bit spicy, slightly green. There is definitely like this slight green tonality to the fragrance, and it's just, I'm speechless again with this one. Ambra from Jeroboam. The longevity and projection on this one, again, is like 24 hours. Every single time I've worn it, the longevity and projection is just crazy, you guys. I took it to Austria with me in the snow, where it's like minus 10, 12 to 16 degrees. And this fragrance, it really proved that it's a beast. In the snow, when it's so freezing and all I can smell is Ambra because I sprayed it on me while I'm skiing, it lasts forever. It projects so much and it lasts a really long time, and the scent itself is just a 12 out of 10. So definitely recommend Ambra from Jeroboam. It's one of my favorites. Yes, this fragrance is from Parfums de Mali. It's their latest launch and it's called Haltane. I did see a little bit about Haltane circulating online, and I did actually get the chance to smell it last year in Cannes. I didn't smell it in the bottle, but I did smell like a sample of it. And I know that so many of you guys that watch me are going to be absolutely obsessed with this one. And I do feel like this can easily compete with Lutens, with Herod, and with Pegasus. Haltane for now is a Harrods exclusive, but I do think that it will be launched globally soon. I'm not really sure, but I think. So, guys, how does it smell? First of all, I love the bottle. Oh, wow. It starts off a little bit spicy. There is something a bit spicy in the top, but as it dries down, it is so addictive, you guys. There is praline, there is oud, there is saffron. It's warm, it's spicy, it's a little sweet, it's very woody. And there is something a little bit ambery in there as well. It is just a 12 out of 10. Again, this one, guys, I'm gonna say it right now. I'm sure that this will become a huge seller from the brand. I know you guys, and I know how much you love Parfums de Mali, especially Lutens and Herod and Pegasus and stuff. This is the next king right here. Haltane. It's very sexy, it's very long lasting, it projects a lot, it lasts really long time on the skin. I would say it's perfectly unisex, possibly leaning a little more masculine, but definitely, guys, if you can get your hands on this one, do it. Do it right now. It is very sexy stuff, very long lasting, and a bit of an intoxicating beast. Next up, we have another vanilla tobacco combination. We have Vanille Havane from Les Indemodables. Now, this fragrance, I hope that it becomes quite a hype scent in the community because it is a fantastic and slightly under the radar scent, and it needs to be known. Vanille Havane, look guys, I wore it actually quite a lot. For tobacco vanilla, I wore this one a lot. It is so strong and so potent. Oh my God. Okay, I think this is what a lot of people expected tobacco vanille to be. And for me, I love both, I wear both, but if I could only choose one or the other from Tobacco Vanille from Tom Ford and this fragrance right here, Vanille Havane, I would pick Vanille Havane. It's so powerful and strong, and you have tobacco, you have rum, you have dried fruits. For me, I definitely pick up this kind of chocolatey tone to the fragrance as well. There is a lot of vanilla, there is a slight boozy quality to it. Guys, it is intoxicating, absolutely intoxicating. At some point when I was really going through like a oriental phase, I was mixing Vanille Havane a lot with Andy Tower Accord du Desert. That was a really crazy combination, very strong, very potent, but I loved to mix them. Vanille Havane, like I said guys, if you like tobacco vanille, if that's your vibe and that's your thing, get Vanille Havane, you will not regret it whatsoever. I think the fragrance is perfectly unisex, leaning more masculine if I do have to say so myself. I do think it is more masculine even though I love to wear it. Absolutely 10 out of 10 fragrance, Vanille Havane from Les Indemodables. And it lasts forever and ever and ever. Endless compliments. What else can I say? Okay guys, and finally we have Ambre Saffrano from BDK Parfums. I love this fragrance so much. I just adore it. I was thinking of putting Gris Chanel Extra in here, but I decided to go for Ambre Saffrano because I love this one. I took this with me to Austria. It's a beautiful, warm, spicy, dry, ambery, woody scent. It feels like there is a lot of incense in here, which reminds me immediately of Oman because they are constantly burning incense everywhere, and that's really what I feel in this fragrance. It is so well done, so well blended. It really feels like a high quality niche fragrance. It's just beautiful, warm, spicy, ambery, not too sweet. I feel like it's perfectly balanced. And I love the incense vibe to the fragrance. It is just a 12 out of 10, Ambre Saffrano. And like I said, longevity and projection is fantastic on this one. I feel like, again, it's a unisex scent. It could lean a little more masculine maybe, but it is just beautiful. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Yeah, those were my strongest fragrances in my collection that leave the most beautiful and intoxicating trail. And I hope that you guys enjoyed it. So that is it. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna go eat right now and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye bye.